Hey, howdy, and a big welcome back to Yak City Gaming here on Clemhawks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Yak, and I'm ready to take you through today's little mess around video. That's kind of what I've gotten to do for a shtick around here, is just have some fun, mess around with MLB The Show, and get into the offline simulation stuff. We've talked some Diamond Dynasty stuff, and obviously the updates and everything like that. But today, my friends, you see 99s across the board, and I found this sick roster. Don't even know who created it because I think it's a duplication of a duplication of a duplication, because it had like 5 downloads by the time I decided to download this roster. But it's the maxed out Detroit Tigers versus a 0 overall MLB. Everybody else, they dang well, yeah, you can see it right here. They all suck. So it's going to be an interesting race here to see what a 99 overall team does against a 0 overall league. And I'm really looking forward to bringing you this simulation, let me tell you, because this is kind of fun stuff that the MLB The Show community used to get into back in my days. So to bring it back, have a little bit of fun, refresh it a little bit, let's see what happens. So simply, we're in franchise mode because season mode does not exist anymore. So what do? You move on and you carry through. So simply, we'll go month by month here. Here, if I could not die on the piece of rice in the back of my throat. And we'll just go for it and see what happens. Wow, look at those results. My goodness, we didn't get scored on for the first entire week of the season, and we've been scored on all but a couple of times through the first month. This is way crazier than I expected, okay? I didn't expect these kind of results, right? First game of the season, we gave up one run. One run, that's it. And you kind of look at these results so far. There's a bunch of 30s. There's, I think, a 40 in there. There's a 75-0 in there. That is absolutely ludicrous, let me tell you. And then obviously as well, I think there's a 47-0 in there as well. That is bonkers as to what's going on here. The Tigers 28-0, and every other team in the division so far sub 500. That is nuts. You look at these guys up there through the first part of the season. Guys are deteriorating fast, because as they always do as you get into franchise mode with 99 overalls. But the leadoff guys, 25 homers, batting over 500. Bob Random here in the 3-hole, dropping the ball, 16 homers. You got Joey Yak, 25 homers, 102 RBIs, 478 average, unreal. 20 homers, 90 RBIs, 25-97. This guy, Bob Random, only getting into 67 at bats, but batting 612. You've got this guy, Bob Random, coming in there batting 492 and 65 at bats. And this guy, this Bob Random, what is he doing, man? 3 homers, 18 RBIs, 514 average, and you see there's a couple of Bob Randoms banged up here. This guy, he's going to town too. This Bob Random's had a couple of at-bats, and then you got this guy who's had some at-bats as well, and this guy, one at-bat that's been successful, and that's literally about it for him. We'll go over to the pitchers and see what that is, right? The pitching is maxed out as well. You look at all these guys, they are barely touching the surface when it comes to ERAs. This guy's just been blowing up comparatively to everybody else. However, the strikeout numbers are absolutely unreal. The whips are unreal. The bullpen, my goodness, these guys have not had to pitch a lot of innings this year. We have one bullpen player who has pitched an inning this season, and I think that's because one of these two guys not going the full way. That is unbelievable. So I'm excited to see what the next month brings for us, and I think it's going to be more of the same. How about that? 40-0, 51-0, 46-0. Just stupid banana numbers. I've actually never ran a simulation like this before in MLB The Show, but this is bonkers, my friends. This is absolutely off the charts. So after month number 2, what are we doing here? This guy leading off 300 at-bats, almost 38 homers, 185 RBIs with a 468 average. This guy, 147. You got Bob Random in there now with 43 homers, 203 RBIs, and a 548 average. Joey Yak's trailing a little bit here, 51 homers, 190 RBIs. Just unreal, unbelievable numbers from all of these guys involved. And here's this Bob Random, 78 at-bats into the season and 6 homers and 45 RBIs. The bench just doing it themselves as well. Look at those numbers, even from our 66 overalls that for some reason got thrown in here as well. And then, well, we'll go over and see what the pitchers are doing, because I'd like to see kind of what they're doing as well. 108 innings, 151 strikeouts, perfect so far. 170 strikeouts. This guy only pitching 99 innings so far, 149, but look at those wins, 11 of them. And then you got this guy and this guy here as well, Nick Random, Joe Random, Nick Random, and JoJo. Let's go. So the bullpen, they've gotten some work here in the past little bit. That guy got 3.2 innings of work and went to town clean. And look at those ERAs, 0.09, unreal, 0.28 and 0.19. Absolutely incredible. And if you go kind of look here, we'll just have a little bit of fun with this one. We'll go to where's the MLB League Awards, right? Just across the board. For some reason, that's the National League. Don't want to look at that. Across the board, it is the Detroit Tigers. Reliever of the Year, they're not even giving it to anyone yet. Rookie of the Year, right? Bang, bang, bang. And all of a sudden, yes, because we don't technically have any catchers on the roster. This is the weird quirk to this Detroit Tigers team thing going on here. You've got, right, no third base Gold Glovers. Really strange there as well. No left fielders either. Just a couple of weird quirks to it. But Silver Slugger at DH, apparently, right? Joe Yak's running away with it. Silver Slugger at catcher, that's the only other quirk to this one. And then everybody else just doing their job and running away with the awards. Over there in the MLB's NL, well, look at that. This guy, Joe Random, 353 average, 6 homers, 47 RBIs. Excuse me, what's happening in the AL? Goodness sakes. Wow, that is unbelievable. So this one, we won't go month by month. We will go all the way sim through date to get to this. We don't even need to worry about the draft, because that's not going to help anybody in this franchise mode simulation. We're just going 1 year. That's it. That's all. So we don't need to worry about drafting any players. And it looks like we've given up our dignitary run for the month, and our second run of the month goes right there. And look at this, 84-0, and we are going to absolutely mop the table with the MLB here. That's the Futures game. The All-Star Home Run Derby is now, and let's just quickly go here. What do we got? We've got 4 Detroit Tigers taken to the Home Run Derby, and then you've got Joe Random, Joe Random, Joe Random, and Joe Random in there with 15, 13, 12, and 11. Is that what it caps at? I've never really simmed into franchise mode that far where it caps how many players you can send to the Home Run Derby, because goodness sakes, we got enough of them to send at this point. Look at all these home runs. This guy's on the bench. This guy's on the bench. This guy's on the bench. You could easily fill up that entire All-Star tournament there, that Home Run Derby, with everybody that's on the bench. Goodness sakes, what an unbelievable thing. And look at these RBI numbers. 289, 369, 364, 313 for Joey Yax, 268. And you go to this one, 200 for Bob Random, 203 for the other Bob Random, 167 for another Bob Random. Don't you worry about it. Absolutely unbelievable numbers here. I'm blown away. Quite honestly, I am completely dumbfounded at what I am seeing. This guy is throwing perfect game after perfect game after perfect game, almost guaranteed this season. You've got this guy, absolutely unreal too. This guy a .10 ERA, but still, right, that perfect 20-0 season intact. Joe Random, this guy struggled. Nick Random, this guy struggled as well. And you look at the pitching stats, 3.1 for him and 3.2 for this Joe Random. And does he have a save? Oh, you betcha he does. 3.2 on the season. Unbelievable. Absolutely crazy to me. So let's go to this one here. And today is the MLB All-Star Game View Organizations Games Play Game. And I'm just going to show you the lineups here, as this is going to be hilarious to see, I'm sure. Let's go here. So the lineups are as follows. They don't even have right? Our great guys. Look at this. This is our entire pitching staff. This is who they chose for the All-Star game. These guys right here, they are the All-Stars for this team. Our pitching staff, our starters don't get the All-Star nod. It's all these random other Joe Randoms. But then you got Bob Random, Bob Random, Bob Random, and Bob Random going to the All-Star game. And you've got one random, Joe Random, with a 2 overall. Interesting enough. And there are no other players going, oh, just kidding. Those are our relief pitchers. So Joey Axe doesn't even make it. I go in there and just changed one name to have a little bit of fun, and my guy can't make it. You have got to be kidding me. So we'll go through the trade deadline here and see what happens as we get into the month of June, and we can, or month of August, sorry, and we continue to absolutely annihilate the MLB. We'll go over to July. 167 nothing. 167 nothing. Are you absolutely kidding me? What happened in that one? That is like just absolutely stupid town kind of number there. Nick Random, who had 318 strikeouts for the Minnesota Twins, was 25-1 throughout the season, ends up losing at that point. Did we trade Nick Random? Did we have what? I don't think that's correct. I think we've got the wrong guy backwards here, because I think our Nick Random, or did we make a trade? Uh-oh, we better check the old pitching rotation. No, it's still all intact. So Nick Random here has lost one game apparently. Did we lose a game? Is it possible that we lost a game? No, we are 134-0. So where are they getting? Oh man, we are getting so good in this franchise mode that it's bugging out on us. That is incredible. We are that far into this franchise mode with this much of a result that it's actually starting to kind of bug out on us. That's hilarious. That's awesome. Cool. Sweet. Let's go to the lineups. 104 home runs, 436. 127, 577. Just banana numbers here. 123, 518 in 787 at-bats for these guys. And now Robinson Chirinos. Where did he come from? Where did he randomly appear? Okay. All right. We are actually making players appear out of nowhere now. And that's quite interesting, as this is all kinds of turning me around. I thought I had this whole thing figured out, and it just gets weirder by the minute. Don't mind me, as we're going to try and keep this going here towards the end of the season. And look at these numbers still continuing to go up. Kind of actually down from where they were at the start of the year. And the Mud Hens went 150-0. The Seawolves went 138-0. And that will mean both of them will make the playoffs. Yeah, they won by far. The Seawolves won by far. And unreal. So let's just go kind of sum this whole thing up, shall we? 81, 107, 39, 142 home runs for Bob Random. 71 for this Bob Random. 139 for this Bob Random. Only 82 for this Bob Random. But Joey Axe, 135 home runs. 520 batting average. Where do we see that? Do we see, so we glitched out his RBIs. 567 RBIs is what I was trying to say. 57 stolen bases, a 162 or 1652 OPS, and look at these WAR numbers here. WAR of a 32.2 in the season. That is crazy. Absolutely crazy. You look at all these other numbers. At-bats per home run, less than 7 at-bats per home run. Batting runs created. There's numbers off the charts here in this season. So that is pretty incredible. So let's go up to this Bob Random here, right? Joey Axe only had that. So let's go up to this Bob Random here that had the 642 RBIs. It is all kinds of bugged right out, is MLB The Show, because of this simulation. Stolen base percentage. Well, he stole how many bases? 48. That's it. That's all. But a WAR of 40.8. That is nuts. You go to the pitching rotation. I don't think there's any way to better sum this up. You look at some of these guys, 33-0. I still don't know how this Nick Random ended up with a, what do you even call it, a loss on the season. He still had zero, whatchamacallit, velocity, though. That's pretty interesting. 15.4 WAR. Like the bullpen, these guys did nothing all year. That's crazy to me. So let's go over here and let's just actually go to the lineups. I just want to see what happened in AAA, right? So AAA, you go down to the Mud Hens. These guys, right, they had stellar playoffs so far going through it. I missed it. I should have stopped. That's my bad. That's all right. We'll get through it. And we'll go sim this postseason here as we'll sim the season now and get into the regular season where we'll face the Orioles. And we're just going to plow right through this. As you look at this, those guys are winning. Tigers have won the American League Championship. And it's a clean sweep in the postseason for these teams. Look at this. It starts here against Baltimore, 30, 38, 15, 34, 24, 15, 2, 28, 26, 16, 2, 23, and 28 and 0. And my friends, the lineups in the playoffs, well, they were Banana Town numbers as well. Joey Yaks must have ended up injured. Only a 222 average in 18 at-bats. So he really suffered through it there in the postseason. But you look at that, I think this Bob Random right here is your guy that wins the MVP award for the postseason. And let's go to it. This Bob Random is going to be the World Series MVP. And let's go over here. He is not going to be the postseason MVP, as it's going to go to this Bob Random that had a 566 batting average. Unbelievable. Most valuable player, the guy that had 142 home runs and 641 RBIs with a 611 batting average? I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Yak. This is Clem Hawks. Thanks so much for joining me on this banana trip down 99 versus 0 overall lane. I am up on out of here.